Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. TNCs apply.
Stay on top of the game with the ESPN New York app. Listen live, enter exclusive contests, and enjoy all the play-by-play action.
Jalen Brunson delivers.
Don't miss our must-listen show features. Hear Chris Carlin get Chris'd off with Bart and Carlin.
I don't need that energy.
Listen to an attempt to stump Rothenberg on DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Bang!
Catch Michael K with Hit and Run all week long.
I gotta get more K.
And ENN with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Download the ESPN New York app today and never miss a moment of your favorite sports. 1050 ESPN New York. The biggest names and the biggest games. WEPN New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Coming up on SportsCenter all night. The Red Sox and Cubs go at it in Chicago.
The stretch and the pitch to Sayas. Swinging a drive, left center field and deep. Back goes Rafaela. Back toward the wall. That ball is gone.
All-Star Weekend kicks off in the WNBA.
How about the money ball? She got it at 28 already.
We had the latest from day 2 of the Open Championship.
I felt like I hit a few more fairways than I did yesterday. Did some really nice iron shots and was able to hold some putts.
Plus, we head to Indiana with SportsCenter's 50 States in 50 Days.
My takeaway from the first half is how competitive this league is. And how when you look at the top teams, there are so many contenders.
From the worldwide headquarters of ESPN, this is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jim Basquill.
WNBA reaches All-Star Friday night, and yes, Major League Baseball returns. Welcome to SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. We are brought to you by Progressive Insurance. We got plenty ahead in the show, including world number 1 Scotty Scheffler showing why he's just that at the Open Championship. But we lead it off on the diamond as the season resumed on Friday, led off by the Red Sox and Cubs from Wrigley. Boston riding a 10-game winning streak. Chicago carrying a 1-game Central lead into first pitch. The Cubs' Seiya Suzuki was not an all-star despite leading baseball in RBIs at the break. Friday, he wasted no time in doing what he's done all season long.
The stretch and the pitch to Sayas. Swinging a drive, left center field and deep. Back goes Rafaela. Back toward the wall. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer. Seiya Suzuki gives the Cubs a 3-0 lead. Listen to Wrigley.
That's Cubs Radio Network. Suzuki's 3-run shot in his first at-bat. Chicago stopping Boston's 10-game winning streak 4-1. Colin Ray pitched 5 innings, allowed 1 run, 4 hits. 4th consecutive win for him. Boston had won 12 of 13 to surge into contention in the American League East. The Red Sox, though, left 8 runners on base in the opener of a 6-game road trip. Jeff Passan on game night on the biggest NL challenger to the Dodgers.
I think right now it's the Chicago Cubs. Best run differential in baseball, a nasty lineup, 1 through 9. When Seiya Suzuki's not making the All-Star game with 25 home runs, and you've already got Pete Crow Armstrong and Kyle Tucker out there, Ian Happ in left field, Michael Busch has been awesome at first base, Dansby Swanson and Nico Horner up the middle, and look, whether it's Matt Shaw at third or they go elsewhere and Carson Kelly behind the plate, they can bang.
Big lineup for Chicago. Let's keep that AL East train moving.
Here's 1-1. Hit on a line, fair ball, right field, hung in the chalk as it bounces into the corner. Kirk scores. Loperfido right behind him. He scores. Into second. Will Wagner with a little wave of the hand back to the dugout. It's 3-0 Blue Jays on Loperfido and Wagner doubles in the second.
Sportsnet 590, The Fan, that knock backing Chris Bassett. He and 3 relievers combined on a shutout. First place Blue Jays blank the Giants 4-0. AL East leaders kicked off the second half, and improving to 33-16 at home. They roughed up Justin Verlander, who was 0-8 on the season. He allowed 4 runs, matched the season high by allowing 9 hits in 2 2/3 innings, extending his career worst winless streak to 16 starts.
Strider's 2-2. And there's a high towering fly ball to deep right field. Acuna back towards the corner, shy of the warning track, makes the catch in deep right. Vivas tags from second, and he goes into third base, and they got him standing. He is shocked. He had no idea who was in right field. That's Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, that it is. Ronald Acuna Jr., 2 for 3 with a double, triple, and a run scored. Also threw out Yorvit Vivas, as you just heard, on a double play to end the third inning. What must be said is Vivas wasn't running hard, didn't slide, and was duped by third baseman Nacho Alvarez. He was the third out with Aaron Judge up next. He would have batted with 2 on 2 gone as the tying run. Instead, bottom half of that frame, 3-0, was doubled up with one big swing.
0-1, and Ozzie drives one deep down the right field line to the fair pole. It flies. That is gone into the second deck of the Chop House. A 3-run homer, and the Braves have a 6-0 lead on New York.
Oh, those calls on 680 The Fan. Ozzie Albies, a 3-run shot. Braves beat the Yankees 7-3. Spencer Strider, 6 shutout frames. Striking out 8, allowed just 3 hits. Albies had 4 knocked in. Clinton Yates liking this AL East race.
I feel that the Blue Jays being at the top of the AL East is one of those things that makes me very happy for Blue Jays fans, because these last couple seasons have been very up and down and very wishy-washy. Them being in the mix with the Yanks and the Bo Sox, that's a good race. It is good when Yanks-Bo Sox is a thing coming down the stretch. That is 100% true.
There's another team involved.
Morton sets and pitches. Fly ball well hit deep to left field. Causer turns and looks. It's gone! Junior Caminero starts the post-All-Star break portion of the season with a blast, and it's a first-inning 3-run lead for the Rays.
Yeah, that's the All-Star home run derby runner-up. Junior Caminero went deep twice, as heard on 620 WDAE, but he had some long ball partners.
And the pitch lifted in the air, deep to right center field. Back to the wall it goes. Grand slam. Yandy Diaz, 10-0 Rays.
Indeed, Yandy Diaz, that grand slam as the Rays beat the O's 11-1 to snap a 4-game skid. Danny Jansen added his 10th home run, backing Taj Bradley, who threw 6 shutout innings. Charlie Morton gave up 7 runs on 8 hits. Gunnar Henderson a triple and a double and a run scored for the O's in that defeat. Now, speaking of races, AL MVP, of course, includes Aaron Judge, but he has some competition, Jeff Passan.
And the fact that this is even a race is incredible, because the start that Judge got off to, hitting 400, mashing home runs right and left, trying to win another MVP award, it seemed like a fait accompli. And then on came the big dumper. And what Cal Raleigh has done at this point in the season is absolutely incredible. You know, there's a guy who had a career high home runs in the 30s. He's got 38 already. He's going to smash the single season record for catchers. And the question is, can he lead the Seattle Mariners to the postseason and maybe bolster his MVP case in doing so?
Yeah, more on the Mariners and Major League Baseball later in the show. This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. I'm Jim Basquil. Open Championship, and Scotty Scheffler made birdie on 2 of his last 3 holes for a 64. That gives him a 1-shot lead over former U.S. Open champ Matt Fitzpatrick. Scheffler is going for the 3rd leg of the career Grand Slam at Royal Portrush. He won the PGA Championship in May and is a 2-time Masters champ. Scheffler, 4th 36-hole lead or co-lead at a major championship. Only player in the top 10 of the first 3 majors of 2025. A 3-time, as I mentioned, major champ. Had this on what it felt like at the start.
It all depends on conditions. And we were teeing off. I mean, depending on what weather forecast you looked at, I mean, it was going to tell you something different. And, you know, it was super sunny. We were on the driving range. I'm out there in short sleeves. It's warm out. And then we get to the first hole, it's still sunny, and then all of a sudden you just look around, it's super dark, and then it just starts pouring rain. You're like, oh boy, I wonder how long this is going to last. And you know, fortunately, it didn't pour the whole time. We only had maybe 4 or 5 holes where it was really coming down, and I was able to take advantage of the holes where we had some good weather.
8 birdies today, incredible. What went well, or what was different than yesterday, I guess?
Yeah, I felt like I hit a few more fairways. than I did yesterday. Hit some really nice iron shots and was able to hold some putts.
Yeah, consistency with him, right? And he has finished inside the top 25 in all 15 starts this season, enters the week with 10 consecutive top 10 finishes. FedEx Cup leader has 12 top 10s this season, 4 more than any other player on the tour. ESPN golf analyst Paolo Uggetti on SportsCenter on what's worked for the world's #1 player 2 rounds in.
It's the fact that he made 8 birdies and had the low round of the day, but it's not just that he made the 8 birdies, it's how he made them. Today, he made over 132 feet of putts, which put him at second in the field in putting. Now, here's why that's important. Scottie Scheffler's already the best ball striker in the sport, and it's no surprise that he leads the field in that category as well. But with his putting figured out, he's been able to give himself birdie look after birdie look. Earlier in the week, he talked about how he had to get used to the slower speeds and the different surfaces on this side of the world. But through 2 rounds, it seems like he's done just that. If he continues to strike the ball the way that he has, and if he continues to make the putts the way he's done it, then it's not just about the fact that he might win this tournament. He might run away with the Clare Jug.
Fitzpatrick, meantime, making his 10th start at the Open Championship, has 2 wins at 172 PGA Tour starts. That includes the 2022 U.S. Open. Would become the 20th player to win the Open and U.S. Open during their career, had this post-round.
He's an exceptional player. He's world #1, seeing Tiger-like stuff. So I think the pressure for him is to win the golf tournament. Obviously, for me, I'm going to have, I hope, some more home support than him. But it's an exciting position for me to be in, given where I was earlier this year.
Yeah, respect for the guy he's chasing. Xander Schauffele making the cut for the 69th straight time, dating back to the 2022 Masters tournament. That's the 6th longest streak in tour history. Rory McIlroy lost some ground with his 69. That leaves him 7 shots off the lead.
I'm excited for the opportunity. I didn't have that opportunity 6 years ago, so to play an extra 2 days in this atmosphere in front of these crowds, I'm very excited for that, and I feel like my game's definitely good enough to make a run. As I said, I'm excited for the weekend.
Caitlin looks like she's in pain.
I'm not really sure that it's a re-injury as much as a different kind of injury.
There's really no comparison. Like, you can't replace Caitlin Clark if she's not available to go, right?
Indeed, but there were players out there getting things done this weekend. Caitlin Clark couldn't take part, but was on hand Friday for All-Star Weekend, WNBA All-Star Friday night, Saturday's game on her own court in her own city of Indianapolis. The Fever's biggest star missing the events with that groin injury. Without her, though, there was still some fine shooting in the three-point contest.
Sabrina Ionescu, just ridiculous again. From the wing, starting to slow a bit. How about the money ball? She got it at 28 already. Ionescu, this is absurd. She is the master of this contest. A 30 spot for Sabrina Ionescu. Gray with a pretty impressive performance, but it will be Sabrina Ionescu who is the champion yet again. Sabrina Ionescu, the three-point queen.
Ryan Ruocco on ESPN. Sabrina Ionescu winning the three-point contest yet again. She won the title in 2023 with a record performance, had a strong final round scoring 30 points. It was less than her record-breaking effort of 37 2 years ago when she made 25 of 27 shots, most ever in either the WNBA or the NBA. She had this following this latest round and latest title with our Holly Rose.
Sabrina, you have now become only the second player ever to win back-to-back or to win 2 in a row. Allie Quigley is the other. Your name will be in the record books for this competition. What does that mean to you?
It means everything. The last time I was here in Indy against Steph, I lost, so I feel like I had to come back and redeem myself.
You told me you've never felt so much pressure in your life. That's at Lucas Oil, 55,000 people. How did you feed on the fans here? Because you know these are your W people.
It was amazing. I mean, I feel like we put on a great show. These are the best players in the W here in the skills competition and now in the three-point, and we feed off the energy here and super excited to bring All-Star Weekend here to Indy.
Your record that you set, that's a record for men and women, was 37. Tonight, a 30. That is the second highest all time. How important is it that you continue to put up these kind of numbers on this stage?
Well, I'm pretty disappointed. I feel like I missed a few easy ones there that I definitely could have made, so I'm sorry about that. But just happy to be here and obviously happy to have one with my teammate, Natasha Cloud, who won the skills competition as well.
That's right. It's a New York Liberty sweep. I know you guys are getting right before the All-Star break, your team going on a run to win more games. How important is that to keep this momentum and juju going?
Yeah, I mean, it means everything. Obviously, All-Star break is a great opportunity to kind of rest, regroup, and have fun, and obviously enjoy where you're at and the accolades that you've achieved, and you kind of get back to work here on Tuesday. We play Indy, so wish us luck.
Yeah, good luck. Tosh, get in here. You do the honors. Let's go. We got another top 10 moment.
Dub your head. Dub your head. Yes.
New York Liberty.
Thank you.
Yeah, as you just heard, her Liberty teammate was a winner in the other All-Star Friday contest. That is later in the show. WNBA All-Star Game later tonight as well, 8:30 Eastern. You can see it on ABC. ESPN senior women's basketball writer Michael Vopel on game night on a player you should be looking out for.
You know, I think we're going to see a pretty good game from Nafisa Collier. She's right now with the Minnesota Lynx. She's been a great player her entire career, but has really elevated her game the last couple of years. She was the MVP runner-up last year, the favorite for the MVP this year, and right now leading the WNBA in scoring. So she's one of the team captains along with Caitlin. I would be on the lookout for her because I think she's going to have a very good game tomorrow.
Now, coming up, more from the baseball bunch as the Phillies get a pair of bombs from Bryce, but is it enough? While a Diamondbacks All-Star is not with his team, we'll explain the unusual circumstances as to why. That's next. This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio.
Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Tarek Skubal and the AL Central leading Detroit Tigers head to Arlington to face the Texas Rangers. The Tigers and Rangers on Sunday Night Baseball. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern with first pitch at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. More SportsCenter All Night coming up next.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Joe and Q.
That's how LeBron has to approach it. Every single year he plays has to be about winning a championship. In year 23, yeah, he's not worried about building for the future, but the Lakers as an organization, they do have the responsibility to set this team up for success long term, and they made that move for Luka. Clearly it wasn't just a one-year rental, but how do you keep both sides happy? It's very difficult to win now and prepare for the future.
Joe and Q. Weekdays at noon on 1050 ESPN, New York.
Confused by talk about tariffs? Market shifts create a unique opportunity right now. Lower new car prices combined with higher trade-in values mean potential big savings for you. With no money down and lower payments with the Easy Lease, calling now could save you thousands. 817 or 972-35-LEASE or visit online at dmautoleasing.com. D&M, the name you trust in any market.
We make leasing easy at D&M.
Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21+. TNCs apply.
Step inside an Infiniti QX60.
and relax in uninterrupted comfort. Leave schedules, appointments, and meetings behind. That can definitely wait. Just turn on the available massage seats and unwind for just a little longer. Until you feel infinitely you. Discover more about the Infiniti QX60 crossover at InfinityUSA.com.
Clinton and Friends, weekdays from 10 to noon on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jim Basquill.
And we're back on SportsCenter All Night with more from the night in the Bigs.
Shawna all the way in on the grass. The 3-2 pitch swung on, and that's a line drive to right field. Soler's looking up, and that ball is gone! A 3-run home run from Bryce Harper, number 11 on the season. And he puts the Phillies up 4-1.
As heard on Sports Radio 94 WIP, Bryce Harper homered twice, had 4 knocked in, but it was not enough.
Pitch swung on, and that ball is driven to left field and way back there, and that ball is not coming back. Taylor Ward hits his 22nd home run of the year, and he's given the Angels a 6-4 lead, and the Boo Birds are out in Philadelphia.
And Taylor Ward, go-ahead 2-run shot. Angels beat the Phillies 6-5. Teams combined to hit 6 home runs. It was Ward's shot, his 22nd of the season in the 7th, that finished off that Angels comeback from a 3-run deficit.
Frontier League swung on now by Matt McClain into high and deep the left field. There goes the left fielder leaping up and gone. A home run for Matt McClain with a runner on, and it gives the Reds a 3-2 lead.
That's 700 WLW. Yeah, after Sean Manaea pitched 4 innings, yielding just 1 hit on 69 pitches, Mets manager Carlos Mendoza, despite full rest for everyone in the pen, went to his last option. Pitching Alejandro Carrillo in the 5th inning, he gave up that Matt McClain go-ahead 2-run home run. So Mendoza, who has a great feel for using that pen, left him in to serve up another 2 home runs in the 6th frame.
He swings and he whacks one to center field. This is well hit. Going back, Taylor at the wall. He leaps. It's gone. Hayes has done it again. His 2nd home run of the night. The Reds' lead is 4-2.
Yeah, Austin Hayes hit 2 of Cincinnati's 4 home runs. Nick Lodolo, 7 strong innings. Reds over the Mets 8-4. Outfielder TJ Friedl had tied a major league record. He was hit by a pitch 3 times by 3 different Mets pitchers. Hayes had this postgame.
Austin had an optional workout yesterday. At the end of the workout, an opposite field hitting contest. You win. First 2 at-bats, opposite field home runs. Any correlation?
Yesterday when I was trying to hit opposite field homers to get more points, I kept popping it up. So I was just sticking with the single to the opposite field approach today. And I caught a couple balls that were up in the zone just right and got him over the wall.
And it worked. It worked. He was on FanDuel Sports Network. Tune into baseball action today as the Reds and Mets go back at it. Mets hosting the Reds. It's presented by Progressive Insurance. Coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern right here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
And the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Double-digit strikeouts for Quinn Priester. He's got 10, and he's thrown 6 scoreless at Dodger Stadium.
As 620 WTMJ, Quinn Priester out-dueling Tyler Glasnow for 6 innings. Caleb Durbin homered and drove in both Milwaukee runs. Brewers beat the Dodgers 2-0. That's their 8th straight win. Priester allowed just 3 hits, struck out a season-high 10 on just 77 pitches.
Pitch on the way. Manny swings, hits it in the air to deep left field. Wood is going back. He looks up. It's going to go. Manny Machado hits the Padres' first grand slam of 2025. And it's a big one against Kyle Finnegan here in the 9th inning as the Padres break it open and go ahead 7-2.
As 97-3, the fan Manny Machado's grand slam capped the 5-run 9th. Padres over the Nats 7-2. Dylan Cease struck out 10 over 5 1/3 scoreless, yielding just 4 hits. How about this? Diamondbacks All-Star second baseman Ketel Marte placed on the restricted list after his home was burglarized during the All-Star break. He was not in the lineup against St. Louis as he deals with Scottsdale police with what was called a high-dollar residential burglary while he and his family were in Atlanta. His team, though, got it done without him.
Belante's set. He deals. Breaking ball. That's a line drive into center field. That's down for a hit. Thomas scores.
Suarez. Here comes Herrera. The throw is cut off. It's a 2-run single, and the Diamondbacks extend their lead. It's now 3-0.
And Geraldo Perdomo knocked in a pair backing Brandon Pfaadt, who pitched 7 scoreless. Diamondbacks beat the Cardinals 7-3. Pfaadt 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, no walks. Second straight strong start for the right-hander. Now, despite getting hit in the hand during the All-Star game, Arizona's Eugenio Suarez was in the lineup, had a hit and a walk, but may not be long for Arizona. David Schoenfeld with the trade deadline around the corner.
It does look like a perfect match. The Yankees, they just moved Jazz Chisholm back to second base, right before the break. They released DJ LeMahieu. So they kind of have a gaping hole at third base. And like I just said, I think they want to improve that offense because they're not sure what they're going to get from some of their second-tier players. So Suarez, what's he have, 29 home runs. He might be a 45-homer guy. You put him behind Aaron Judge in that lineup, suddenly that lineup looks a lot stronger.
How about last licks for the Fish?
1-1. Kyle swinging away, out to right and deep. The All-Star leaves the yard. Welcome to the second half. Same Kyle. A walk-off, 2-run home run. 8-7, the Marlins get the win in 10. This guy is unbelievable.
Indeed, 940 WINZ. Kyle Stowers, 2-run walk-off home run. Marlins 8-7 over the Royals. They gave back a 5-0 lead, but he made them winners, extending his on-base streak to 10 plate appearances, tying a club record.
Harris, he deals. Swung on. Line drive right field. That's a base hit. JP around third. It goes to the corner. He's going to score. Julio into third. Cal Raleigh drives in a run. It's 4-1 Mariners. The crowd in a frenzy. They're on their feet as the Mariners have added 2.
And the big dumper plate in a run. Seattle Sports 7:10 a.m. Randy Rosarino went deep as well. Luis Castillo 6 2/3 scoreless. Mariners over the Astros 6-1 get within 4 games of Houston for first place in the West.
And the pitch. Seager belts one to right center field, and that is in there for a base hit. Past a diving Perez all the way to the wall. 1 run is home. Here comes Smith to the plate, and he will score. It's a 2-run double for Corey Seager, and the Rangers lead 2-0.
That's 105.3 The Fan. Corey Seager, 2-run double with 2 outs in the 8th. The Rangers get back to 500, 2-0 over the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers losing streak now at 5. Guardians beat the A's 8-6. David Fry went deep in that win. Jonathan Rodriguez, his first big league home run. The Rockies beat the Twins 6-4, and Luis Robert homered and drove in a pair. White Sox all over the Pirates. That's a 10-1 final, winning for just the 12th time in 48 road games. Coming up, more from WNBA All-Star Friday night, and another member of the New York Liberty shining while 50-50 reaches the state of Indiana. That's next. This is SportsCenter All Night.
Hey, it's Rochelle Smallman, and coming up Monday, the huge quarterback contracts have slowed down, but I'll tell you the one QB who has the chance to earn themselves a huge payday. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-2085. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-2085 or biglou.com.
This is Freddie and Harry on 1050 ESPN.
Would I take Prime Rodgers over Prime Patrick Mahomes? Maybe just a little bit. But I think Patrick Mahomes' prime will last a little bit longer than Aaron Rodgers' prime when it's all said and done. But the one thing he will not have over Patrick Mahomes, he's been less than prime in the playoffs against inferior quarterbacks when it comes to Aaron Rodgers.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 on 1050 ESPN.
Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. T&Cs apply.
Hey, it's Michael Kay, and I love when I get to talk about my friends at PC Richard & Son. It's a local company, family-owned, and I trust them. The experts at PC Richard & Son use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Right now, buy a select Sealy, Stearns & Foster, or Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 that can be applied toward anything else in the store. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son for your new mattress.
You want to get the most for your money. That's why more Mazda buyers choose Ramsey Mazda, made for selection, customer service, and savings. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 all-wheel drive, only $239 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. Excludes tax, file, and registration. Zero security deposit. PIN SM804627. MSRP $29,040 and $731.25.
Now. Don't miss Joe and Q. Weekdays from noon to 3 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jim Basquill.
And ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com.
Half-hour headlines on SportsCenter All Night.
Again, our top stories. Major League Baseball is back from the All-Star break. Cubs snap the Red Sox 10-game winning streak. Seiya Suzuki's 3-run home run, the game's big blow. Ronald Acuna Jr. does it with his bat and arm as the Braves best the Yankees. Rays slam 4 home runs, including a granny, and putting 11 runs on the board against the O's. Scotty Scheffler shoots a 64 to grab the lead at the Open Championship halfway through. And Sabrina Ionescu wins the WNBA's three-point shooting contest at All-Star Friday nights.
Cloud with 7 seconds left. The chest pass is in. The layup with 2, with 1. Cloud beats the buzzer. Natasha Cloud is your WNBA Kia Skills Challenge champion.
And the Liberty cleaned up on Friday as not only did Ionescu win that three-point contest, but her New York teammate Natasha Cloud was the skills champion. This is Cloud with our Holly Rowe.
Okay, I want you to have the victory lap. We're going to do that in 1 second. But first, I mean, this was intentional. Your pace on the bounce passes, you are known as a great passer. Tell me how you were kind of processing that in the moment.
I knew that was like a definite for me, is that I was going to hit my passes within these obstacles. So I wanted to be as fast as I could on that, understanding to get into my shots and take my time. But also, if I felt like I was missing it, I was getting that second and third shot up, because that's the name of the game. So once I got to the last target, I looked up, I had 3 seconds. I said, don't smoke this layup. Don't do it.
I saw Erica run out.
In this building.
I thought for a second she was going to come out and block your shot, so I'm glad that didn't happen. But tell me a little about, you go, you hug Izzy. She's a teammate of yours for the New York Liberty, your love. Tell me how important it is for you to share this moment with her.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a blessing for our careers to collide in New York, for us to both be feeling comfortable and safe in a New York organization that's just top tier through and through. But this is for our family. This mama over here told me I better win today for a down payment on a house, so baby, you're going to get that house.
That's a great way to spend the money. I see Sabrina run over and hug you. Stewie's here. Your team is building something special right now. How do you build on this moment and this momentum to become champs yet again?
Honestly, the first half of the season was great. This All-Star break is a good reset for us, but we know we have everything we need in our locker room. We all we got, we all we need, and it's about Liberty basketball. I know some of y'all going to get mad by that, but it is what it is.
All right, this is what we know. Do not ever doubt this woman, Natasha Cloud. Congratulations.
Mom and Dad, I love y'all so much. I'm so sorry y'all couldn't be here tonight, but this for y'all. This award should have came a long time ago, but I got y'all 10 years in.
WNBA All-Star Game later tonight, 8:30 Eastern. You can see it on ABC. ESPN senior women's basketball writer Michael Vopel on game night on a rising star that happened to be second to none in this past draft.
Paige brings along a huge fan base from UConn, and she's got an it factor, just her personal popularity. So she's another player, and she's starting, so I don't want to leave her out. She's another player that I think has elevated the league as a whole, even though she's still just a really young kid. She's somebody that people want to watch.
Sports Center, 50 states in 50 days.
We going coast to coast. We going coast to coast.
On ESPN Radio.
Yeah, 50 states, 50 days. Sports Center road trip hits the state of Indiana. The Hoosier State, rich with hoops history from the high school ranks to Indiana University, having won 5 national championships. It's home to the Indiana Pacers, who just won 7 games in the NBA Finals versus Oklahoma City, while also home to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Both play at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the venue for WNBA All-Star Weekend. So at this halfway point of sorts of the season, Hannah Storm and Elle Duncan, joined by Chinea Gumukwe and Andrea Carter on first half takeaways.
When you talk about the first half of the season, I'll start with you, Chinea. What's been your biggest takeaway so far?
I know there's a lot of news and discussion when it comes to the CBA, but truly, the WNBA is where the money resides.
Yes.
And I think a good example of that is expansion, and there's no better, representative than the Golden State Valkyries. How tremendous they have been so far this season. You have a first ever All-Star in program history, and Kayla Thornton, you see her right there. You have probably the favorite for Coach of the Year, Natalie Nakaste, a candidate for Most Improved, and Veronica Burton. But overall, I heard, y'all, I'm going to just have to say it plainly, their games are lit.
Yeah.
They're selling out.
I've seen them play in person. Start to finish, they play so hard, no matter what the score is.
Trust me, I know this personally because I saw my sister squad, the Seattle Storm, struggle with them alongside the Aces and the Fever that have actually lost to this team coming out of the gates. I feel like 7 international players, 6 undrafted players. A lot of people maybe slept on them, myself included, but they have showed up and showed out and really set the bar and standard for the future expansion teams in the WNBA.
I love that you have no shame in saying you underestimated this Golden State Valkyries team. You also mentioned the CBA. I hope that the league and the Players Association get this figured out, because my takeaway from the first half is how competitive this league is, and how when you look at the top teams, there are so many contenders. I feel like in years in the past, you know this, Chinea, you know this, Elle, there would be 1 or 2 teams, maybe 3, that you knew were going to be in the finals every single time. You can't say that this year. You might have some that are favorites, but there are like 5 or 6 teams, whether it's the New York Liberty of Minnesota, who played last year. Atlanta Dream is a sneaky team. You've got Phoenix Mercury, a sneaky team. Seattle, your team out there. There are so many teams that are competitive. I can't tell you, Indiana Fever, of course, we're here. I can't tell you who's going to be in the finals. So that, to me, is the most fun.
You just heard him touch on this. WNBA players and league officials met Thursday for discussions on a new collective bargaining agreement. Players opt out of the current CBA last October and are seeking a better revenue sharing model, increased salaries, improved benefits, and a softer salary cap. Kendra Andrews, ESPN WNBA reporter, joined Freddie and Harry on where things stand in those negotiations.
A lot of players said it was a disappointment that, negotiations didn't really make a lot of progress in yesterday's conversation. The thing that the players are not budging on, they want more revenue shares. They want more pay. That's kind of what the sticking point is right now, and why these negotiations are kind of taking so long to really get any momentum, find any rhythm. It's a really big conversation. We spoke with Players Association VPs Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier today. We spoke with Union President Nneka Agumake, and all of them kind of expressed the same thing, that there is definitely some frustration, that there is disappointment in how yesterday's meeting went. And while none of them want a lockout or any kind of strike, it is conversations that they're having in the background just to kind of mentally and physically prepare everyone for different options of what could happen.
And tomorrow brings the state of Hawaii as we go surfing with the next 50 and 50 stop for SportsCenter. You're listening to SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. I'm Jim Basquill. Back to the NFL, where the Steelers made outside linebacker TJ Watt the league's highest paid defender He agreed to a 3-year extension, average annual salary of $41 million, those 3 years totaling $123 in his agreement, and that on the back end of the final year of a 4-year deal. Ryan Clark on a deal that just had to get done.
Man, you had to do this, right? TJ Watt earned this contract. You're taking care of all of these people that aren't lifelong Pittsburgh Steelers. You're going to get this sort of production from TJ Watt this year, next year, and the year after. As long as he's healthy and he's on the field, you know what he produces. You also know the way that equates to wins for this team. This defense is going to be a big piece of why they win early this season as Aaron Rodgers gets acclimated, and having your star, the linchpin of your entire organization, not only happy but taken care of was a must. I love the deal by Omar Khan, and now TJ Watt has to make him right.
And this Steelers team has done a lot of work this offseason, bringing vets in via trade and signings. Of course, Aaron Rodgers under center. Where do things stand with their coach, Mike Tomlin? A subject for Mike Tannenbaum and Ryan Clark.
I go back to the 21st pick in the first round this year. They're on the clock. Typically, the Pittsburgh Steelers would say draft and develop quarterback. Is it Shedeur Sanders? Maybe it's Jackson Dart. Those quarterbacks are available, and they take a really good defensive lineman, Derek Harmon. And to me, at that moment, that signal that, hey, we're going to go get Aaron Rodgers, and this is all in. To me, I think it's reasonable to speculate, is Mike Tomlin maybe close to the end and thinking like, hey, we're putting our chips in the middle of the table and we're going for it this year?
This wasn't for Mike T, but for somebody else in the building. I was talking about Mike T and making sure they got the right pieces around him and having people that can move him forward and push his message forward and getting the right type of Steeler folks in the locker room. And I got the text message that I agree with everything you said, but the only place for Mike Tomlin, the coach, is in the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. And that means that he's built up enough equity. He's had enough deposits into the emotional bank accounts of the people in that building that I believe Mike Tomlin is going to be there as long as Mike Tomlin is going to be there now or wants to be there. I've said multiple times on this show and other shows that I don't believe Mike Tomlin should be fired. I do believe they should start having conversations year after year if this is the best marriage for both parties. If Mike Tomlin as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers is what he wants and what the organization wants, and they think the best thing for both of them to move forward.
Micah Parsons got another.
This young kid has fire.
It's like he has a motor. He never gets tired.
He's the best defensive player in the league.
Mahomes under pressure. Parsons knocked it out.
Every quarterback is on the hit list. I want all of them. Be like the Terminator out there.
Yeah, so Watt got his deal. There are a few edge defenders out there still looking for theirs. One of those is Micah Parsons with the Dallas Cowboys. Clark again on Get Up on what message Dallas is sending.
It's not only about just how much more money you owe him now than you would have last year. It's about looking in that locker room and saying, we're going to make all of you fight tooth and nail to the end to get your deal. No matter who you are, no matter what you show us, it's going to take it to the last moment for you to actually get us to give you the money you deserve. And I think they have to get out of that mindset. Get into the mindset of if we draft you, if you produce, we take care of you, and we take care of you early. I think Jerry Jones has kind of been in this spot ever since we think back to Emmitt Smith holding out 2 games to get his contract. You have to do the right thing. If you're Jerry, it saves you money, but it also sends the message in the locker room. If you ball for us, we take care of you, not when we have to, but when you want to.
NFL sack leader last season, Trey Hendrickson, surprised no one as he was a no-show for minicamp looking for a new deal.
We're all supporting Trey and would love for him to be back.
They have a terrible defense except this guy, who is the only thing they've got on defense.
Camp's open in earnest next week. Trey Hendrickson, another one looking for a new contract with the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati quarterback Joe Burrow on if he's thought about hitting the field without their best defender.
Obviously it's a possibility. It's not one that I think would make us a better team. So we'll see what ends up happening. I don't know what's going to happen. I wish I had an answer for you, but we'll see.
All right, so we know where Chris Canty stands on this. Maybe Joe Burrow is the guy to take down Patrick Mahomes ultimately. Evan Cohen, Courtney Cronin on quarterbacks that could ultimately dethrone the KC QB.
If it changes this year, like you could see an active real-time changing of the guard where the Chiefs aren't
that's formidable as they've been in the past couple years of automatically being penciled into the AFC Championship game before the season even starts, it would either be Josh Allen or Joe Burrow undoing that for Mahomes.
The only answer of anyone in my mind that could come close to surpassing Patrick Mahomes in rankings currently, not overall, not all time, not for a career, but literally playing out this season and then heading into next season, only one guy. If Jalen Hurts wins a second Super Bowl, gets back-to-back, and would have been in 3, he is the only person, to me, that could come close to surpassing Mahomes relative to a current in-the-moment rankings.
Interesting. How about another quarterback? One that hails from Miami. Dominique Foxworth on Get Up on the clock on both Tua and his coach.
Yeah, I think it's honestly a make-or-break season for a lot of people down in Miami right now, particularly the head coach and the quarterback. And so if things go wrong, especially considering Tua's injury history, and they're looking for a new head coach and they're looking for a new regime, I don't imagine that Tua is going to get another chance. And to the point that we were making earlier about it being really make-or-break if you're not going to get other chances elsewhere, again, the injury concerns for Tua are serious. And I can't imagine that there any other teams outside of Miami that'd be interested in investing in him as a long-term solution. So I think if he puts up big numbers and has a great season, that changes the way that we talk about him, and it keeps the people who believe in him, it keeps them in their jobs there, and it keeps him in Miami.
Coach being Mike McDaniel. Meantime, SEC Media Days. Arkansas football coach Sam Pittman says the $2.8 billion antitrust settlement has leveled the playing field in college football, explaining that the settlement allows schools to share better than $20 million with athletes, helping Arkansas compete financially with SEC powerhouses like Georgia and Alabama. The settlement addressing disparities caused by name, image, and likeness payments. More from the Hogs head man.
Financially, with revenue sharing, I think now we're back on even keel with everybody, which we weren't. You just read that off. You know, when we were even, we went from 4-20 to top 20 in 2 years. And so I think the program has a chance to get back up to around those 9+ wins than where we were before, just simply because we have the finances to back that. We've got a good football team. We've got a good staff. We've got great facilities, and we got a great state of fans at the University of Arkansas and the state of Arkansas. There's no reason we can't do it. If I was going to make an excuse, it would be financially is why we haven't done quite as well as where we were projected my first 2 years. But I think now, with it being even, look out, the Razorbacks are coming on.
ESPN college football writer David Hale on Game Night on who's the best signal caller in that conference.
Would it shock me if Arch Manning is the best quarterback in the SEC this year and ends up being a #1 overall draft pick? Of course not. His last name is Manning. I understand how DNA works. I think he'll be really darn good. But you look up and down the league, and there's so many names that you can point to. Lenora Sellers coming off a great year last year, and you know what kind of damage he can do with both his arm and his legs. DJ Lagway, he hinted at how good he could be, but the talent is off the charts there.
Coming up, can Notre Dame build off last season, which led them to the title game? We'll hear from Coach Marcus Freeman, and the night's top sounds are ready to be heard. That's next. This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio.
This summer, we're bringing the SportsCenter party to the locals.
50 states and 50 days tour.
There we go.
That's a base hit up the middle.
Today is ESPN SportsCenter Day in Louisville, Kentucky.
50 states, 50 days.
Oh! Maybe it doesn't get any better than that.
This is SportsCenter on tour.
More SportsCenter all night. Coming up next.
This is Clinton and Friends.
The New York Knicks had fired Tom Thibodeau after 5 seasons for reasons that I'm still just not sure I understand. I don't like this move from a just plain karma standpoint. Thibodeau's the only coach in Knicks history to improve the team's win percentage in 3 successive seasons. The only one.
Don't miss Clinton and Friends. Weekdays from 10 to noon on 1050 ESPN. New York.
Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free.
Long Island celebrates freedom at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This July, we're honoring the red, white, and blue with our $60,000 patriotic payday drawing. Be here on Friday, July 11th, 18th, and 25th from 4 till 6:30 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every 30 minutes to win $2,500 cash. At 7 p.m., the grand prize winner will be drawn to win $5,000 cash. Come to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
ESPN app.
The biggest names, the biggest games. They're all right here. This is 1050 ESPN, New York.
This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jim Basquill.
Yeah, we're back with SportsCenter All Night with the night's top sounds, all about the return of Major League Baseball.
SportsCenter All Night.
Oh, my goodness. Check it out on SportsCenter tonight.
Today's top sound.
How good is that? Are you ready to take?
Number 5.
Jim, it's all baseball tonight as the second half of the MLB season begins. Taylor Ward of the Angels breaks a tie on Angels Radio AM 830.
Pitch swung on, and that ball is driven to left field and way back there, and that ball is not coming back. Taylor Ward hits his 22nd home run of the year, and he's given the Angels a 6-4 lead, and the Boo Birds are out in Philadelphia.
Number 4.
San Diego's Manny Machado smacks a grand slam against the Nats on 97.3 The Fan.
Pitch on the way. Manny swings, hits it in the air to deep left field. Wood is going back. He looks up. It's going to go. Manny Machado hits the Padres' first grand slam of 2025. And it's a big one against Kyle Finnegan here in the 9th inning as the Padres break it open and go ahead 7-2.
Number 3.
The Diamondbacks' Alec Thomas flashes some leather against St. Louis on Arizona Sports 98.7 FM.
There's a swing. That ball's hammered. Deep left center field. Long run for Thomas, and oh my goodness, what a catch! Oh, Alec Thomas, you beauty! You absolute beauty!
Number 2.
The game of the night, Miami and KC, as Kyle Stowers wins it for the Marlins on 940 wins.
1-1. Kyle swinging away, out to right and deep. The All-Star leaves the yard. Welcome to the second half. Same Kyle. A walk-off, 2-run home run. 8-7. The Marlins get the win in 10. This guy is unbelievable.
Number 1.
Atlanta's Ronald Acuna Jr. showing off his unbelievable arm in a 301-foot no-bounce assist on 680 The Fan.
Strider's 2-2. And there's a high towering fly ball to deep right field. Acuna back towards the corner, shy of the warning track, makes the catch in deep right. Vivas tags from second, and he goes into third base, and they got him standing. He is shocked. He had no idea who was in right field. That's Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, he got duped. He got duped at third base. That was our Marty Hausberger with those top plays. Halfway through the Open Championship, Scotty Scheffler, a second-round 64, fueled by 8 birdies, 1 shot up on Matt Fitzpatrick, had this post-round.
8 birdies today. Incredible. But what went well, or what was different than yesterday, I guess?
Yeah, I felt like I had a few more fairways than I did yesterday. Hit some really nice iron shots and was able to hold some putts.
Yeah, he has finished inside the top 25 in all 15 starts this season, has 12 top 10s this season, 4 more than any other player on the tour. Meantime, Notre Dame Fighting Irish, they advanced to the national championship game, as you recall, last year, losing to Ohio State, marking their 3rd appearance in the college football playoff semifinals. Head coach Marcus Freeman led the team to a 14-win season, their first in program history. Had this now on the pressures after last year going into this season. He joined Unsportsmanlike.
Well, I think every year I've been the head coach, and I'm sure many years before I was a head coach, the ultimate goal is to be a national champion. Like, that's why you coach, that's why you play. You want to win this game and be at the mountaintop. And so for us to be as close as we were last year, I think for everybody in our program told us that, okay, we know what it takes, right? We can be good enough. We can get there. And we can compete with the best of the best. And so I think for us, it's helped us now with the younger generation, because at the end of the day, talent matters. At the end of the day, you have to get some of those best players in the country that fit our football program and our university to come to Notre Dame. And I think being able to make that national championship run has really opened the eyes of a lot of high school kids.
And he got a contract extension for a job well done. The Clippers make an official signing Bradley Beal after his buyout from the Phoenix Suns. Shohei Ohtani, meantime, expected to pitch 3 innings against the Twins on Monday as he gradually increases his workload following elbow surgery. Ohtani has co-written a children's book featuring his dog Decoy. It's titled Decoy Saves Opening Day. Follows him as he scrambles to retrieve his lucky baseball before throwing out the first pitch on opening day. And I know our Tara Slajewski has already bought a copy of that book from her favorite writer. Coming up, baseball returns as the Red Sox go for 11 straight at Wrigley. That's next. This is ESPN Radio.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Monday, the Browns have 5 quarterbacks on their roster, but how many of them will actually start during the regular season? It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Sports Center all night. More still to come.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, you